As I was saying in the last video, part 2, you know, the Taliban, Al Qaeda, Obama, bin Laden, not Obama, my apologies, strike that from the record. Bin Laden and all these terrorists were funded by the U.S. government in the 1980s to repel the Russian invasion. And what's rather sad is Sean Hannity, William O'Reilly they do not broadcast this. They don't comment on it. I remember in the day, this is before Fox News was even Fox News Channel. And Rupert, he's gotten too big for his britches. Anyway, the Taliban, the Ba'ath Party, was trying to repel the Russian invasion. Okay, that's cool. So, the United States government, thinking it was in their interest to fund the Al Qaeda, Taliban, and Ba'ath Party, their heart was in the right place. Their intentions was good. And, of course, no one can foresee the future. But just like with the Vietnamese in Vietnam when I was there, these men and women were funded, and then the funding, the weapons, training, advisors were pulled without notice. They were pulled without any kind of explanation to the locals. So bitterment and resentment set in to the Afghanistan, the Muslims. And in order to understand your enemy, such as with the Vietnamese, you have to understand their mindset. In other words, you have to understand Islam and Muslims. And that was totally dishonorable of the American government to pull out like they did in order to save face. And the U.S. government should have just publicly, instead of covertly and overtly, fund these people. Okay? The Taliban and the Ba'ath Party and Al Qaeda did not start out as homegrown terrorists. Okay? This is part of the American government and the news media propaganda machine. Again, it's spiritual warfare. Reading prophecy, interpretation of prophecy in the old scriptures and the old text, we do know that the forerunner to the Antichrist and the Antichrist himself shall be of a Muslim descent. Not Islam, but Muslim. Because there is a difference between a Muslim and Islam. So when the honor system was violated by the Americans, so the proverbial cliche of the dog biting the hand that feeds it happened. And so, when Pastor Reverend Jeremiah Wright gets up there and makes these comments, well, it'd be rather difficult for the U.S. government to terminate with extreme prejudice Reverend Wright after these explosive sermons. And I find it quite unique and interesting. Sean Hannity, William O'Reilly, and Coulter and all these left-wing Republican do-gooders, I mean, they're more left of left than a Barack Obama. And as far as, the communistic Marxist manifesto, this government's been redistributing wealth since the income tax laws were passed in 1913, I believe. So the redistribution of wealth's always been there. And then under the Democrats, John F. Kennedy, bless his heart, and Lyndon Baines Johnson socialized, Social Security, medical, food stamps, things of this nature. But before actual paper food stamps and these kind of things, the USDA, United States Department of Agriculture, had food programs. They were called commodities. So, the redistribution of wealth has always been there. So, the pundits and commentators on Fox News Channel, hello, read your history. getting back to Jeremiah Wright, and this is not taking God's name in vain, but repeating accurately, as I said in one of my videos, and that is, God damn America. Well, let's read scriptures, ladies and gentlemen. If this country does not fully support the state of Israel and her people, I guarantee you, God will damn this country. And, Sean Hannity, he's so indignant. He's got that perfected. This man needs to go to Hollywood and become an actor because he is so good at it. But anyway, the point is, Reverend Jeremiah Wright, an excellent scholar, an excellent theologian, has it right. He is, talking about Scripture. And what I find interesting is, the analogy, the metaphor of the chickens will come home to roost. Now, Reverend Wright